Welcome, one and all, to my first After Hours Darkhand video. Member of the guild Disciples of the Darkhand, more commonly known as Darkhand, and I'm here to show you what happens when you roll solo after guilding. I like to head to the east side of any borderland except for our own, which I think we're on Storm Bluff, and just camp the sentry area. Free Dolyaks. Awesome. There's also a Necro who just pops in and doesn't pay very much attention. So, teach him a lesson, take off more than half his health with a single backstab. He activates his second health bar because that's what Necros do. But hunt him down. Careful though, because I just aggro the NPCs by the tower, and it's an upgraded tower, so they have a lot of NPCs. But, Shadow Refuge for the win, and the engineers left thinking, what happened? And I really love the patch where they put Shadow Refuge. You can now run out of the circle. So, fortunately, I aggro few too many people while standing there and have to respawn. So, I'm going to start running back. Good time to tell you I'm in full exotic gear. Not sure why I didn't repair my gear right now. It's all Berserker, except for a couple of pieces of amulet, which I think one of them is the World versus World amulet, and another of them is Barrel. That's the area right here, to the east of Blue Lake in this case, because currently we're on Blackgate, I believe. So, now I'm heading east from our spawn location. This is easier if you spawn in the southeast spawn location, but we didn't on this map, so you just have to run across. You'll die a lot doing this, but that's okay. I'll survive it, so it's okay. So, running across, and I see we're having a little tussle by whatever this region can be called. I think the guild calls it the island, even though it's obviously not an island, it's more like a peninsula. Although, I guess, even though the bridges are virtually the same width as the island, they're not actually land masses, so I guess it can be called an island. Who might argue with the guild? Anyways, there's this person trying to res. I'd mock them, except that I was accidentally doing the exact same thing a couple seconds ago. So, we're just going to clean these people out. And in terms of spiking, just do it. Yes, they're going to jump out of the way. Yes, Guardians are going to throw up a shield, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. But if you don't just try and spike them, especially when you're running solo, they're going to get away, or they're going to res themselves up. Usually, you can shoot them from a distance. But as the thief I'm rolling right now, the only way I can really shoot with a pistol is with the number 4 dazing thing, and you can only do that like 3 times, I think. So now I'm on left side, and I see 2 different people going at it. This 4 elementalist gets on the bad side of 2 separate thieves. Apparently that thief DC'd or something, so being the courteous gent, I finish off his job. And spike. Poor elementals. Alright, now I'm up top of the place that was pioneered via our guildmate Sneaky Crumpet, who's probably like at the moment, drinking tea of course, nibbling on a biscuit because that's what he does. Crumpets, pardon me. He's going, well gents, what we should probably do is camp this location and wait for all the bull suckers to walk by. Cheerio! And thus it began. Always though be sure when taking this sentry, because you're going to want to take this sentry, keep your head on a swivel, because if you don't, you're going to get hoarded from behind, and it's just awful. So take the sentry, free karma, free experience. It's pretty good. Now I respawn and repair my gear and sell all my crap because I found my inventory was almost full, so I ported back. On my way back through, hey, there's 4 the G's. Smile, you on candid camera. And arrived just in time to kill this elementalist, and gone. Yes, that elementalist just disconnected. Very irritating. But hit this guy out of stealth, take his stuff, spin his axes, hit him in the face. Don't think he liked that. Meanwhile, this warrior over here is compensating for something, not sure what. Spike him and get him out of the way. Now, I see a lot of our guild is still up, which is good. It's good to have a guild presence even after hours. And I believe this keep comes under attack a couple of times. But fortunately, Commander For the G's is there. Now I see this guy in the corner of my eye over here, and I'm like, yeah. Is he two? Alright, I'll just pop my ulti and head in, and they both disappear. So, feeling a little bit foolish for having used the Thieves Guild. So now I'm searching for somebody to kill so I don't feel completely retarded. Like, come on, somebody must be here. Fortunately, I managed to see this person. Ranger, they run, but you can't run. Nobody runs. Quickness proc. And then for some reason, get stuck and won't attack backwards. Thieves are both disappeared by now, but I'm sorry, Rangers. I hope you get some love next patch, too. Pop Shadow Refuge just in case they have allies nearby, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And Spike. And Invisible Getaway. Again, Shadow Refuge patch, buff, awesome. Alright, back at the eastern side, I see that there's some kind of scuffle by the supply camp, but it's just Quaggins. But I do see that there's a character up on the siege that's been erected on this wall, cliffside area. Hoping to sneak up on him, but he jumps down. Not sure if he saw me, if he was just moving forward. I think he's just moving forward. But this is actually a horrible place to be standing because they could come over the cliff at any time. You have no idea. So I see the soldier guy is about to move out. Pop the ulti. Teleport. Use up my steel. And then activate steel itself. And that, unfortunately, my thieves yanks him, but it doesn't make any difference because he's got the reach low health, activate invincibility perk. And gone. I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. Seriously, if you're going to die, don't disconnect, because you just died anyways. And now you've just robbed the person who actually did it of their experience slash gold slash whatever it is they actually get. Now here I am on this wall. Actually, I was too far out. If this Guardian had been paying attention, he could have totally seen me. So I see him. He's going for the sentry that I capped earlier. Now that he's distracted, jump on him. So he goes down real quick. Unfortunately, Guardians do not have the stamina to survive something really short like that. So actually they have stamina. I see a thief in the distance, and so I run away, see if they'll start attacking the guard too, but actually yes, she gets drawn in via the guard's bullet toss, so invis up so she doesn't run. Number 3, the shadow shot on top of her. She's doing some kind of spinning daggers. I used to do double daggers, but I don't roll that way. Not anymore. So now quick spike and gone. And a free Dolyak. Alright, back on top of the cliff. It's gotten a little darker. Some time has passed. Thief running back towards the camp. But this person here, engineer. Alright. Except there's a mortar on the neighboring keep tower thing. So, and he heals himself for way too much, and here comes another ally. So, pop the ulti, go in and hit number 3, but it misses, so just have to walk up to him. He's down, going Viz, but his thief ally puts in a shadow refuge and can't spike him. Either way, she gets him back up. But now reinforcements are starting to trickle in, so it's about time to book it. They're fighting the NPCs, but they're pretty quick to realize I ran over this way. See an ally, and I don't know what class this is, so I like to stay away from that. Ah, Mesmer. and a guardian, so we're getting a pretty wide array of representation over here. It's about time to leave. Looks like I've made a few too many good friends over here. So I invis, and of course these shots still hit you. Love that, except for the part where I really do not. And apparently they've become quite attached in the short time that we've known each other. And they're going to chase for a good bit. So I think it's about time to head north to the 3 o'clock sentry. And it took them a while, but they finally gave up. Alright, so 3 o'clock sentry, just above him there's this bridge. This warrior and I had exchanged words before. He's full damage warrior, so lots of hurts, but not much health. And barely squeak out. And Invisi-Spike because that's what I do. Little etiquette there. Bow to the noble opponent. Drop down, take the sentry. Now we killed the sentry and we're capping it. Here comes something, we're not sure what. Oh, but the thief is already on top of us. And he's actually doing a lot of damage with that. So that other person's a Necro, they showed up, they've nuked down my ally. But I steal from the Necro and use the skull to frighten them all away so that they can't spike him. So he's still throwing things, and of course, like a total boss, walk right into that mark. So, ally actually survived long enough to get his soldier ability to come up. Ah, stupid thief. Won't leave me alone, but I managed to drop this Necro and rally off that. Now there goes the ally, but the thief also drops. Thank you, immobilizing shot from the arrow. Now, just power through the spikes. There's not a whole lot you can do. A thief will always teleport. And like in this case, if you're slow to get him the second time, he'll also be able to stealth. There's nothing you can do to stop the thief from doing that. And then of course I go down, and then we're doing this silly thing, and we're going back and forth, and he goes first. So I win that encounter, res my ally, and we'll get back in this. Alright, little tussle heading up south side of that sentry. That elemental has disappeared, but they might have just evac'd back to base. So I go in, steal from the warrior, but he's bouncing around and I miss. Meanwhile, this thief is something going on. He's getting like pure crits or something. And it hurts a lot, even though he's on the ground. So I do that, figure I'm not going to need to be invisible too much. So I come right out. Then I see the enemy shadow refuge and realize, oh crap. And yep, it happens. Fortunately, teleport right before he spikes, screws him up. Here I am well and truly screwed, but an ally fears, and even though the soldiers here whack it on me, he goes down pretty quickly. So the thief has booked it. So we're just left here, resing that ally. However, the thief is back. So, steal that and backstab. He had Basilisk Venom turned on, but didn't make any difference. And I think I go down again here. Not sure from what. Oh, the moose. Well, rally so it's K. But yeah, NPCs in a fight can actually help a lot. If you can get, especially the thief, if you can aggro a couple of NPCs into a fight and then stealth yourself, they will stay aggroed on the enemy and you can just let them wear them down while your cooldowns recharge or your utility, initiative comes back up. So here I am killing fireflies. Do not do this. Do not kill fireflies, especially if you have panic strikes. So there's an engineer here considering waiting for the Thieves Guild to come back up, but then I realized, oh, wait, it's an engineer. So as long as I go fast enough, it won't be a problem. You do not want an engineer to survive long enough to put up an array of turrets, though, because that sucks. And he gets an ally by a thief, so I pop my Thieves Guild now. And they all are back out there fighting something. So here's the engineer. Not sure how he goes tiny again that quickly. Doesn't seem right. So this is actually two separate Borderlands fighting each other. So fortunately I can rally off this person. Now I am low. I jump down, and you notice I did not drop down, because even though I have the half damage perk trait, I would have died with only 80 health there. So I used the teleport instead and shadow step to the bottom. Then that thief almost got me by just swinging wildly, but managed to swim away and just hide in the water till I can come back when it's safe. So I'm back now, and I see some allies are heading to the supply camp, and I know that even though they're probably going to be useless, they'll at least be pretty good bait. That thief disappears, so I go invis, steal from this warrior, which kills him, and use his axes, but oh, the thief was invisible right beside him. Ow. And they're both gone. So I believe we get the Dalyak and the supply camp out of this. So a pretty good return on virtually no investment. So I run back over here because our keep is under attack, and it's under attack pretty hard. So back up over the gate. This particular thief is just a little overeager. So back off because I don't want to reflect projectiles onto myself. Waiting for some allies to absorb some damage, and this thief just jumps forward and gets cut off on life. I hear that sucks. They're gone now, so Invisispike. Notice everybody's bridge hopping. So grab my loot bag and get down there. Now, there's two people right there. That is the perfect position to use a bow in because it does maximum damage to them. However, then some allies show up. Stupid Mesmer clones. More Mesmer clones. Down the Mesmer. But I don't have any invisibility, so at the moment I just want to back away. Now, Mesmer clones. Again, I walked by that guy. I shouldn't have. Pretty sure it was Mesmer, but he goes down eventually. Meanwhile, this guy, I'm not sure how he got up, and then I realized, oh, it was a warrior. It's just not showing that glowing particle effect. So now over here, and I can see from our mini-map that we've pretty much cleared up. Pretty sure at least one of those commanders is for the G's, so our guild's still strong after hours. Very nice. Speaking of which, anybody who wants to apply to Darkhand, I'll put a link in the description below. Or an annotation, I'm not sure which. So I'm running back over to my spot, and I come across this person. Thought they were Mesmer at the time because of the purple karma buff, but nope, thief. So go to Spike, and they shadow step, so Spike again. Or not. Too strong for my own strength. So, and yeah, that did a lot of damage to that particular person. Sorry about that there, buddy. And I got a quickness proc on that Spike, but apparently it doesn't do as good as it looks. So, finish spiking him and then get the heck out of there. Let allies deal with whoever that thief was. And to get in the control point just in time. So now I'm over here and I see there's a warrior coming up with a hammer. The hammer warriors are very scary for thieves because they will knock you all over the place and then swap to the greatsword or something and wreck your face. But if you can blind a warrior with a hammer, they attack so slowly that basically you completely negate all of their damage output. Now he was tanky enough to get away, at first anyways, don't worry. He'll die by the end of this. And the stupid scouts will just follow you and blind you and poison you, and it's just not a fun day if you're near a scout. So here he comes, escorting a Dalyak with a friend. So Rangers showed up to help him out. Now, he's about to get flanked though. So stomps, and being the gentleman that I am, rooting for the underdog and everything, I come try and take out the thief, but even with quickness proc he vanishes. So I go after him, not sure why he's holding on to a banner right now, but he goes down. I'm taking a lot of damage, but then I realize, oh, that's not from the warrior, that's shots from the soldier, or yeah, the soldier, the rifle. So trying to hack him down, but he heals. Somebody down, hidden within the carcass. Apparently he thinks he's Han Solo stuffing Luke Skywalker inside a tauntaun. And I thought they smelled bad on the outside. And they do, but still. And getting spiked, but I teleport away, so he has to try again. Meanwhile, we're killing this guy. And out of nowhere, through the electricity, take him out. Thank you, Mr. Commander, sir. Commander Gerbil. And things got really quiet, so I transferred over to a different Borderlands, I believe it was Jade Quarry. Then I realized we already held most of that too. So Stormbluff, wrecking it pretty hard with Darkhand. Again, I'll put a link in the description to Darkhand website. We're recruiting now. So if you want to get involved in a World v World guild, feel free to look us up. This has been the first After Hours video. In-game name is Blue Shadow. Add me as a contact if you want. Representing Darkhand, it's been my honor and privilege to speak with you.